Welcome, Commander, to the very best Elite Dangerous Odyssey Deep Core Mining Guide. This beginner's money-making guide will cover all the tips and tricks you want to know about core mining. I will be doing it in the glorious Python, although you can start with something much smaller like the Cobra Mark III or the Adder. We're actually going to be mining in those rings just above us. I had a fan request that I go mine for some Alexandrite, so that's what we're going to go for. Although this could be a classic blunder because I haven't checked any prices yet. Whenever you decide to go deep core mining, you definitely want to make sure that you're mining for the most valuable resource possible. Let's talk about builds really quick. In your hard points, you're definitely going to need at least one seismic charge launcher. If you want to be totally psycho overkill like myself, get 2 of them, because that way you won't run out of ammo. If you want to waste your time, put in a subsurface displacement missile just in case there's deposits. Ultimately, no matter what ship you go with, you will need at least 1 abrasion blaster, 2 makes it easier, and at least 1 seismic charge launcher. If you plan on getting the Python soon or own one, go with this loadout right here. It works really well for pirates. 2 multi-cannons and 1 beam laser is glorious, and it leaves you just enough room to have 1 seismic charge launcher and 1 abrasion blaster, which is the bare minimum for doing core mining in Elite Dangerous. Definitely recommend that you go mining with teeth, for sure. For utility mounts, pretty much everything is optional. I have shield boosters in there, but you absolutely must have a pulse wave analyzer or you're not going to be able to do any core mining. For core internals, I don't have anything special in there. I have lightweight alloys. For your power plant though, go with the smallest power plant that you possibly can to power everything. Make sure it's an A-rated power plant. This only matters if you can't afford the 7A because it is kind of expensive. You definitely want to go with the best thrusters you can afford. Maneuverability is king. Go with the best frame shift drive. You can D-rate your life support, A-rate your distributor, and go with a half-size fuel tank if you want. For optional internals, the very first 3 things I have in there are gigantic cargo racks, the very biggest ones I can hold, so I can make maximum profit. For collector limpets, I have 2 5A controllers, which gives me a total of 6 limpets. Go with a size 4 fuel scoop or shield, it's up to you. Definitely get an A-rated prospector no matter what. This can either be your shield or your fuel scoop. Always go with a 2A refinery, it's glorious for core mining. It has 6 bins. No matter what ship you fly, you will need the detailed surface scanner to scan for the deposits. Now that you have an understanding of what type of loadout you'll need in your ship to do core mining in Elite Dangerous, always make sure before you go out to do any type of mining whatsoever that you make sure that you buy limpets. Even with me telling you this, you're gonna forget. It happens to everybody. Let's talk about fire groups. For my first fire group, I have the pulse wave analyzer on 1 and prospector on 2. For fire group 2, I have my seismic charge launchers on 1, and then I have my abrasion blasters and my collectors on 2. Fire group 3 is just in case I find subsurface deposits, so I have my missile on 1 and my collectors on 2. Ultimately though, I really wish I would have went with the combat mining build instead of the clown shoes build that I originally picked. Yeah, you'll find out. Whenever Alexandrite goes for top dollar, this is the place I go, the gutters system. It is so glorious, and I mine there at ABC2. Yeah, definitely good for Alexandrite, definitely. I need to quickly make another fire group for my surface scanner, just so I can find the deposits. Then I'll get rid of that fire group here in just a second. Make sure you're still in Super Cruise, then just engage your surface scanner. From here, you're going to have to scan each individual ring if they have more than 1. This one has a rocky and an icy ring. Alexandrite really only spawns in the icy rings, so that's going to be the outer ring. Sometimes the hot spots that you scanned won't light up, so just target the resource you're mining for. When mining for core asteroids, it always is your very best bet to drop in a location that you don't think other commanders have dropped into. Well, let's hope that this is a good spot because, sure would suck not to find anything. Whenever I mine, I like to fly towards the planet, so let me target that other Alexandrite hotspot. Also, make sure that you let the pirates scan you or they'll wreck your day. Well, if you don't have any weapons. Anyways, let's fire out a pulse wave with our pulse wave analyzer. This is going to highlight any rocks that had subsurface deposits inside, or cores. Get an eyeful, Commanders, because that right there is exactly what a core looks like in Elite Dangerous Odyssey. All icy cores have this skin. It looks like a pumpkin or a piece of popped popcorn. Notice how it lights up really bright yellow with that orange color? All cores in Elite Dangerous Odyssey do this. This candidate is most definitely worthy of a Prospector limpet, and unfortunately it is low temperature diamonds. I sure hope that these aren't worth more than Alexandrite since I didn't check the prices first. Now don't worry, Commander, if you're new, I will show you that later in the video. So you're out here flying in the field doing your pulse wave analyzing like crazy, and you're like, bro, I don't know what a core is. That's a core right there. That one is not. First, we'll check the one that isn't. Now, it does have basically the same shape. It kind of looks like a pumpkin in a way, or a piece of popcorn. I mean, it looks really similar to the actual core skin, although it is not lighting up bright yellow as we keep getting closer and pulsing it. It is most definitely not a core, although it certainly has subsurface deposits, not worth our time. Now, if you have a really nice ship that has a decent window canopy, doesn't have a whole bunch of supports in your way, you can flip yourself over and kind of fly around looking for cores like this. I do this every now and then as well. It's kind of fun. Now, don't worry yourself too much, Commander. I will show you my ultimate trick that helps me find cores like super duper easily, but you know, guess we'll just find a big giant massive patch of cores. You're not going to believe how many cores we find here. It's, you know, completely and totally ridiculous. As of now, I only see 2, but, you know, trust me, I find a whole bunch. Like, down in the comments, guess how many I find. No matter what you guess, you're going to be wrong because it's like more. It's ridiculous. So let's get this prospected and hope it's Alexandrite. Yep, definitely Alexandrite. Going to quickly turn off the power on the other side of my charge launcher because, you know, right now I'm not out of ammo. When I start out cracking a core asteroid, I generally like to target the high strength fissures first and then put a full charge into that fissure, and you can do that just by holding down your left mouse click, you know, until it fills up all the way and then let it go. You can go for another high strength fissure, but instead let's be psycho and do a full charge on a low strength fissure. Don't worry, Commander, you'll be fine. Just don't do that on your third charge. Now, this is where it can get tricky. I'm going to target pretty much any fissure and then just put a very light charge into it. I'm just going to tap it in and immediately let it go. Well, doesn't look like it's enough. It's really close, so we're going to do the exact same thing once again. Now, that was perfect. If you screwed up and put too much charge into there, you can disarm one of your charges and then try again, but since we did it just right, we can now detonate our charges at a safe distance. Oh yeah, this is definitely my most favorite part of core mining. Yes! So good. Once you successfully detonate your core asteroid, it's going to kind of slowly break up, and that makes it a lot easier as you collect all the pieces. There will be some random core resource chunks just kind of floating around into space, but all the other pieces that are stuck to the rocks, the only way to get those off is to use your abrasion blasters. On this run, I'm actually running with 2 abrasion blasters. Now, it does make it a lot easier to blow the chunks off the rocks when you do have 2 abrasion blasters, although if you experience a game crash like a Mauve Adder or something like that, well, you're going to come right on back into the game, and chances are there's going to be some pirates that are going to want to scan you, and that sucks. Vacu sucked all the daggone Alexandrite out of that last rock. Now, let's hope that this one right here is also Alexandrite, and it is, so that's freaking amazing. Place your bets down in the comments. How many cores are in this patch? 2! 2 beautiful cores of Alexandrite. Or is it 3? 3 beautiful cores of Alexandrite. Or possibly even 4 amazing cores of Alexandrite. It was 5 glorious cores of Alexandrite. I've mined a lot of cores in my life, Commanders, and I have never found that many in one place. So, you know, now that I'm looking again, let me show you my ultimate trick. Now get into third-person camera mode, get just under your ship, and then just kind of pulse and look around. Makes finding cores so much easier. Commander, before Odyssey came out, you kind of like had to have a degree in astrophysics to even figure out if anything was a core or not, but in Odyssey, oh my goodness, there is like no question about it. You know exactly when you find a core. Might as well skip to the best part. Man, that was awesome. Found another core, it was super close by, happened to be Alexandrite. Like, I don't care if people say that double overlaps don't help, because, like, you know, I seem to have better luck when I core mine in double overlaps, so, you know, I'm just gonna do what I want. And then this happened. I can't believe it. This is exactly why you should probably have a combat build, because I am about to be scanned up the yin-yang by a whole bunch of pirates. Made it back into the game, found the core right away. Let's hope that pirates don't show up so I can continue mining, you know, filling up my hole all the way. But I guess not. I guess I'll just be scanned and extorted. Now I could pay them and, you know, continue mining, but I'm gonna leave all butthurt because I should have had the combat mining layout instead. So let that be a lesson for you, commanders. Make sure when you go out mining to have teeth so you can beat up those stupid NPCs if you end up crashing. Let me show you some super useful sites that are going to help you with mining. The first one is edmining.com. This is a great resource for core and laser mining. Since we're doing core, I'm going to set it for that, and even though people say double overlaps don't help cores, I'm going to do it anyway because I do what I want. You can then enter the type of resource you want to mine, then submit, and it'll pull up all of these systems that fill that criteria. And as you can see, Gutter's my very favorite system to mine Alexandrite in, and is actually located on this resource. My go-to page for checking prices is always inara.cz. Just click on data, then commodities. You can fill in the commodity that you're looking for. Right now we have Alexandrite, so that's what I'm looking to sell. Things you might want to change is the landing pad size depending on your ship, and if you don't want to do surface stations, turn that to no. For max price age, you either want to set that for 8 hours or 1 hour, then you can press search. If you don't want to have fleet carriers, make sure that you take those off your list. After you press search, you want to filter by the very best price first. Now, I'm not sure if that 0 white is an infinite demand. I kind of doubt it. If it is, it's a great price. If not, then Alexandrite isn't really worth a hell right now, and that kind of sucks. This is a prime example of why you should always check Inara first to see what is the most valuable commodity that you can go out there and mine, so you're kind of not, you know, freaking out like I am going, man, I just filled up my hold with a whole bunch of crap, so guess we're gonna go here and sell. Now that we know where we're going, let's plot our course in the nav panel. Super duper easy. I just copied from the page and I'm just gonna paste it here in Elite Dangerous, and voila! We're gonna go right there and make a little bit of space bones. Unfortunately made it to the cell location without getting interdicted. Now if you get interdicted, don't slow down and just keep matching the escape vector. You should get away, you know, most of the time. So yeah, here we are in the commodities market, gonna sell off all this Alexandrite. Unfortunately, I went out mining first and didn't check prices, because if I would have mined anything else, we could have made at least twice as much, if not 3 times as much per ton, and that totally matters. Definitely let that be a lesson for you, Commander. You always want to make sure that you go to Inara first and check your prices, then go core mining. Once you know the prices on Inara, you can actually head over to edtools.cc/miner, then select what type of material you want to mine. Now, they don't have everything like Alexandrite, and occasionally Alexandrite does have the very best prices, so make sure that you use that other page as well. There you have it, Commanders. That is the best Elite Dangerous Odyssey Deep Core Mining Guide that you're going to see on the internets, and if you liked it, please consider like, comment, and subscribing on this video. It really helps. Until next we meet, Commanders, peace. I guarantee if you found this video helpful, you're going to love this next one.